Hi Leo, this is Tara and welcome to your October 2015 Psychic Tarot forecast. And I'm very happy to have you guys this month. Thank you for all of the likes, the shares, the subscribes of my videos. And I want to encourage you this month, I am sending to whoever goes on my website, www.themagicalmatrix.com. On the first page, on the home page, there is a place to put in your name and your email address, and I'll send you a video I've done of psychic tips, psychic awareness. If you're, I think I did clairvoyant and clairsentient. So this will give you some tips and also some exercises that you can do. It's about 9 or 10 minutes. So be sure and do that. I would love to have you on the list and to send that to you. And again, I'm using John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck, and wonderful artwork, very, very, very symbolic. And for you guys, I'm pulling a 4-card spread this month, as always, and there's one that wants to come out. So of course you pay attention to that, right? That's part of, and that one did as well. Okay, so with some months and with you guys, some signs, the cards are very active, and with you all, they are this month. And when you use tarot decks, go with your intuition. Like when I work with my clients, and even over Skype, I'll say, okay, I'm going to shuffle, tell me when to stop. And when they tell me when to stop, I start pulling, and then I use my feeling or my intuition. So tarot is a great tool, like I've said before. So I'm pulling out, okay, the first card of your 4-card spread, Leo, and this is a spirit card. This is partnerships and alliances. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Pretty nice to pull out for your first card. And this is a spirit card. Spirit cards have to do with our aspirations, our inspirations, our spiritual force, and how we feel in the spiritual, on the spiritual plane. This again is the number 3, and 3 in numerology has to do with communicating, creativity. A lot of dancers, musicians, artists, people that self-express, self-emote are 3 birth paths. So if you are, also leave me that comment, or born on the 3rd or 30th or 12th. Okay, so this is a pretty awesome, this is partnerships and alliances. So it feels like you guys are starting off the month with feeling, this could be with real people here on earth. This could also feel like you are, it's a spiritual alliance, right? So you're connecting with, you're connecting with someone or some other people. I'm hearing the words other people on a really spiritual plane. You feel like you're on the same wavelength, like minds, that kind of thing. Some people call it law of attraction, that you've met someone and you're like, well, wow, we have so much in common, or I feel like I've known you for a long time. That a lot of times can feel like that, wow, I don't know why, but I really connect with you and resonate with you. And so there may be something to that. Maybe so. If you believe in reincarnation or that sort of thing, then there could be. When I look at this card, and for you guys, really what I'm zeroing straight in on, sometimes it's the flag, sometimes it's one of the hands, but I just am really getting the hands connecting to each wrist, to each hand connecting to each wrist. And so there's sort of a gentle grasping. There's this sort of feeling. And again, very calming. I'm feeling very, I get chills on that one, just very, very laid back and peaceful. And as you can tell, my voice gets softer and calmer because that's how I feel for you for this card, and that you're starting off the month this way. And it could be, too, that in alliance with a loved one, maybe this is a spouse, or maybe this is a romantic partner, that you're starting to feel, and I'm hearing love waves. So if you're like thinking of a beach and the waves are coming in, it just feels like love. The waves are bringing in love into the beach so that you can receive that. And you know how waves go back out, then they come back in, they go back out, and so forth. There's an ebb and flow to this tide, right? Okay, so that really is nice for you all. On a spiritual level, it does feel like there's some connections or connectivity with those, maybe someone who has passed. This has come up a couple of times, so I do want to say it because it's kind of nice to feel that we have support on this earthly plane, and then if you know someone or if you were close to someone who has passed on the other side, that they could be with you or around you. Okay, so if any of you are interested in that, or if any of that has seemed like it resonates with you, please leave those comments below as well. All right, so the next card of your 4-card spread, okay, wow, and I just turned these over, this is a mental card. And this is number 1 of the mental cards. There's 9, as you know. And this is triumphant success. I love that for you guys after partnerships and alliances. So not only are you spiritually aligned, but it feels like, too, you're mentally, there's some real success here. Thinking successfully. And you know what's funny, on the other one I got a little bit more spiritual, of course, because it's a spiritual card, but on this one, almost right away I was seeing either spreadsheets or something that has to do with finances. So you're thinking about, it feels like some of you, of course this is a general reading, but it feels like some of you are thinking about your success and how that turns out financially, and how that may be in your own life, or how that may be for your family. Are you thinking successfully, how can I give the most to this relationship? How can I give the most to this job? How can I give the most to myself? Am I taking care of myself? Am I exercising? Am I doing those things that feel like that you're thinking triumphant success? And as you can see, the hand is coming out of the ground like, finally, there's some triumphant success that maybe in the past you've kind of wavered on, or you've just thought, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. Well, it feels like you're starting to feel like, you know what, okay, there is something that feels really good about this for you. And it could be, like I said, it could be business and or it could be partnerships, that you are really starting to wave the flag of freedom, of yourself feeling free. But again, in a partnership, it's good to feel free, but then also united. You know how that works, is we don't want to just be tied to someone that we lean on them so heavily, but we also want to have our own lives going on. And I feel like that you all are feeling kind of, and thinking success. Okay, so the next card, that was your 4th one. The next card of your 4-card spread, and this is a major arcana card. This is Solitude, and this is the Hermit card in traditional tarot. Okay, well, so very interesting to come up after the spiritual, feeling very spiritual about your partnerships and then thinking successfully. Okay, well, this actually does make a lot of sense for me. It is the number 9. Number 9 is about unconditional love. It's about not being judgmental. It's about understanding everyone, whether they have nothing or they have everything, and whatever that means to you. It's about completion. So it feels like with you all, with what you have going on this month, there's some feeling of taking some time away, taking some time off to gather strength, to gather your forces for yourself, for your own self. This feels like self-discovery. I'm seeing the words own self and then self-discovery right after that. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at this card, and when I look at this card immediately, as you know, I look at them straight on and intuitively. And when I work with my clients, I have you do the same way. Like if you did a reading with me, I will shuffle the cards, whether it's via Skype or phone or in person, and I'll shuffle the cards and I'll say, well, tell me when to stop because I'm using your intuition, and then I'll stop, and then turn over the cards. And I'll also have them say, well, what do you get in this card? And I'll have them say what they get. So immediately the middle of the book where the binding is, straight down the middle, is what got my attention for you, Leo, for this month. And so, well, okay, so this is an open book. This is an open chapter. This is for you all to pause for a moment. I am getting some pause around this. Is to, I've gotten some comments from some of you that Leo's, I think I said last month something like Leos speak up, Leos need to speak up. So yeah, that's true. It's not like you all don't, but say your truth and all. And so with that, when we feel our truth, a lot of times it's good to take a rest, meditate, and really preserve, self-preserve, I guess is what I'm saying, is so that you can come back with a bounce. So it feels like you're in this somewhat of a incubation period, and it always feels good to really rejuvenate and regenerate. And to do that, what do we need to do is we need to take a time out mentally. We take a time out physically and emotionally. And maybe there's some good books for you all to read, or some good information, because I'm also seeing not only books, but I'm seeing information on the internet that would be beneficial in creating ideal lifestyles. I'm hearing those words, in creating ideal lifestyles. And I'm seeing a lot of red around that. And for me, red means movement. So, what else does that have to say? Because it feels like there's more information. I'm also seeing the color green, and it feels like it's coming with a blouse or something like that. And that, to me, green can mean money. It can mean Ireland, Scotland area, or it can mean healing. And I'm feeling healing, but I'm also feeling that any of you that are, this is coming up in the last couple of readings, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it, right? What was your first card? Partnerships and Alliances. So I'm feeling any of you that are into the angels, archangels, Michael, because when I saw that green, it was kind of a bluish green, and that's the color that he represents. And so that's spiritual support. So it just feels like take a rest, take a relaxation, read what interests you, and that might be part of that too. Very interesting. And that, it again, is the number 9. Her beautiful blue dress gets my attention down here. And that color blue is sort of the color that the Egyptians used to use, and it was a very sacred blue, and they used it also to increase their intuition. So I'm turning over the 4th card. Okay, so this is an interesting card to come up for your 4th card in your spread, Leo. This is the number 3 of mental cards. And okay, so don't shoot the messenger kind of thing. You got the number 1, triumphant and success, and then the 4th card is the number 3 mental card. And remember, mental cards are not really what's going on, but it's what we're thinking about. It's the thinking process, the thinking positively or negatively, but it's about thinking. So remember that. And so this one is heartache and loss. And okay, so what does that mean for you after you've gotten some pretty awesome cards? It feels kind of like this month is really, these cards are laying out the different weeks. So let's see what this feels like for you. And actually, I'm getting the top of right above her breast where it's light. And so some nurturing or some feeling of love, or this could even be a relationship that wasn't in your highest good that maybe has ended or is getting ready to end or is in the process of ending. It could be a friendship. It could be, I'm feeling love a little bit more. And because, too, look what's right here are these two hearts. Heartache and loss. And let me take a look at this and see. You know, again, her hands are clasped down, right down here. So it feels to me like this, there's been a little bit of, if you will, prayers or wanting some things to happen in a certain way, and maybe they just didn't, or maybe it's too in your highest good that what you thought was supposed to work or to happen is not happening, and other things, something better, other things will come to work better for you, if I can get those words right. Because that happens a lot. Sometimes we think, well, it's supposed to work this way, it's supposed to work this way, but not always. It kind of takes side roads. And then you're like, well, what was that about? Oh, okay, I can see the bigger picture. And, you know, in this 2 millennium, we're learning to be more and more spiritual beings. So not as clinging to what doesn't serve our highest good. You guys, you know, you'll have to leave me any comments too about what this card means to you. The other thing I'm seeing is her brown hair scooped like that. So there's a little, it's covering up one of her eyes, her left eye actually. So there's a feeling of, I see what's going on, but I'm not going to let it get me down. I'll look at the bigger picture as time goes on. So don't let it get you down. You really have some awesome cards for this month. I would advise you to take a rest and relaxation, tune into your spirituality, think triumphantly, because there are some, and I'm seeing green again, so there's some good things coming. Healing and money, it feels like. All right, Leo, thank you so much for your time this month. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you would like to subscribe, the button is below. And if you'd like a reading, you can either, like I said, go on my website and do it that way, or you can email me directly at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com, themagicalmatrix@gmail.com, and ask me any questions or call me. I'll put the phone number down below. Have a pleasant month. Have a calm month. Stay centered, stay grounded. I know that there's some good things going on for you guys, and go with those good feelings. Stay with the positive flow. Okay, Leo? I so look forward to hearing from you, and I so appreciate everything. See you and talk to you soon.